Okay guys, finally after like an hour of trying to set this up, not the recording, but anyways, so basically like an hour of trying to set this up, feels like. I finally got all the cards I pretty much need, so yeah, today I'm showing off Yugioh Friendship. Basically what it is well, I'll show the card after they attack me. Come on, put as much damage as you can, Zoe. Let's see. While revealing light, I'll get into any other cards you see here. I'll talk about in the deck recipe that if I don't use them. So, yeah. Let me talk about what Yugioh Friendship does, though. Okay. Yugioh Friendship. Basically what it is you can offer your opponent a handshake when you activate this card. They could choose to accept it or not to accept it. And if they choose to accept it, both you and your opponent's life points combine together and are halved. So for example, if you have 8,000 life points, your opponent has 8,000 life points. They combine together to 16,000. Then you both get half of that. So you would get 8,000, he'd get 8,000. Of course that wouldn't do anything. But that's not why you use this card. You use this card when you have lower life points to get your opponent down to some lower life points so you can do whatever you feel like doing. And of course they have the ability to decline the handshake because they don't want to have lower life points. You can also, another thing you can do is when you activate this card, or one thing that you should try to do is while you have Unity in your hand, you can activate this card. Your opponent can't decline the handshake if you have Unity in your hand. Unity is this card right here. And as you notice, these are Yu-Gi-Oh characters. And Unity's effect is, well, does something. Combines all defense position monsters at defense into one guy. Basically. Not that impressive. But, you know, we're not worried about that right now. So, I'm going to set this and then turn. And you'll see what exactly happens, because this card right here, Friendship, is kind of bugged. I almost considered 6,000 life points, but then I would lose. So let's do 5,000. Because if I didn't do 5,000, I would lose the Solar Flare. So yeah, usually when you use this card right now, it would be 8,600 life points, okay? And then you would split the life points in half. So each person would have 4,300 life points. Now, if I activate this right now though, wait, would it be 4,600? 300? Yeah, looks like that. I feel like I'm off on my math, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So, yeah. Will you show Unity to force your opponent to shake hands? Of course. And this is what it looks like when you shake hands. And for some reason, they took 3,700 damage. So basically, they go to the combined life points, but your life points don't go down. Or up, I mean. For some strange reason, Konami's like, let's do this. Or something like that. I don't know. And it clearly states on the card, each player's life points become half the combined life points of both players. So Zoe's went down to the combined, but our life points stayed at 600. Yeah. So Yugioh Friendship is really kind of broken in this. I mean, I got cheated out of it. Here, whatever. I mean, I was supposed to survive with a lot more life points. And of course, you can tell what kind of variant this is by the two burn cards in here. So yep, that's basically what happens, and it does the same thing if you have more life points than your opponent. I checked that out too. So yep, I'm going to quit out of this duel because as a computer I was gonna lose anyways, so I can't survive a solar flare for 2 turns. And yeah, sadly to say, I kinda wish it wasn't bugged because it would be way better of a deck, but it's still playable because you can actually still win with this deck. It's just a little tougher, that's all. So yep, so here is my Yugioh friendship deck, and this is how it goes. We have a cat of ill omen, where his ability we're focusing on is the flip one, where we get a trap placed on top of our deck. Basically, what this is used for is to go get our wall of revealing light, so we can decrease the light points, so that we can use Yugioh friendship to decrease our opponent's light points. And well, we're supposed to gain life points, but whatever. So based on how this deck, how Yugioh friendship works in this, I'm just gonna talk about how it works in this, not how it's supposed to work. So yeah, you get wall of revealing light, and yeah, you decrease your life points by 7,000, and then your opponent can't attack, and then you can use Yugioh friendship, bring them down to 3,500 life points, pretty much. So, yep, that's why that's there. And if you already have this, you can also go for Magical Explosion, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Next we have 3 Blue Eyes Tuned Dragon, and therefore draw power and search power, as we play 3 tuned tables of contents and 3 trade-in. So, yep, basically just draw power. Same thing for Cyber Valley. Basically ends battle phases so we don't get OTK'd, and we draw a card. Broken Bamboo. The effect doesn't matter, you just equip it to a monster. And these ones matter because you gain 2 cards for each one, so you could probably get away with doing only 1 bamboo or 2 bamboos if you prefer like a card destruction in here, because you know, I wouldn't mind. You could put a card destruction here, but you know, it's all good. I'm just trying to use more spells, that's all. I guess, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard when I have 2 and then I don't have the ability to draw into one of them, so 3 is pretty good. But if you want to take one out, use card destruction over here, so yeah, Bamboo Sword if you control, or Golden Bamboo Sword if you control bamboo, you draw 2 cards. Also another recommendation, if you equip one of these to a monster, equip all of them to the same monster. If that monster leaves the field, it puts more spells in your grave, but it's up to you guys. Let's see, 2 Meteor Destructions. You can't activate this if your opponent has less than 3,000 life points. 3,000 life points or less. So yeah, you do all 1,000 damage. 3 Okazis do burn damage. 3 Poison Old Mans. Basically, it's there to inflict bad damage or effect damage. So, but you could gain life points. 3 tuned tables of contents, as I said, to search out the Blue Eyes. The way to do it is go tune table, tune table, tune table, then Blue Eyes. Don't go tune table, Blue Eyes, because of the fact that you'll still be able to draw into like 2 of these and it'll slow down the deck. So if you get rid of all 3 of these, it decreases your deck amount by 3. And actually 4, because we go 3, 4, or no, actually it'd be 3, because you would only go 2 cards and then another one, so that's 3. So that would mean you go through your cards quicker. 3 trade-ins, because you play 3 Blue Eyes. 3 Tremendous Fire. You take 500 points, of course, but you deal 1,000 points of damage. Hopefully you don't have to use more than 3 of these. or hopefully you don't need to use more than one of these, but you know, so Unity, basically you select the monster on your side of the field, and its defense becomes equal to the defense of all the other monsters face up. So if you're going for like a defense deck or whatever, and your opponent attacks, like, of course you do a face down monster, because you attack, it flips it over, and this would be really good defender, you know, and then they would attack it, and then you would deal, and then combine all the defense points of the monsters, maybe dragons, pretty much. Dragons would benefit off this a lot, but in this deck it uses Unity, so. And Yugioh Friendship, which is supposed to combine life points and give each player half, but it doesn't. I showed you what it does, so. Now here's just in case if you can't finish off your opponent with all the burn cards in here. Keep in mind the burn cards in here are meant to be like quickly play them and burn down your opponent's life points. And this deck is for purely fun sake. Don't try to use it as competitive. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can play this deck, but you know, this is just a basic way of it. So yeah, this card, while you have no cards in your hand, which is pretty easy with this because you can just set spell cards, and the only problem you would have probably is if you have Blue Eye Ace Toon Dragons in your hand and you have no trade-ins, probably the only bad thing. But you know, it's all good. So while you have no cards in your hand, inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each spell card in your graveyard. For anyone that needs math, you need 40 spell cards for an OTK. But, you know, you can deal up to 3,000. This would be 24, so that's 5,400. This would be 7,800. Well, basically you can OTK if you have enough burn cards. But if you can't, you can use this and finish off your opponent usually, because you're drawing through the whole deck as quickly as possible. I played this deck plenty of times. You do go pretty quick through it, but I still think maybe 2 broken bamboo swords and a card destruction would be good. And while revealing light, to basically stop your opponents from attacking and get your life points down, so you can use Yugioh Friendship. Which is another thing, Yugioh Friendship combined with this, your opponent's life points go down, and since at least they would be at 4,000, kinda, so yeah, 4,000, you would only need 20 spell cards in the grave, and you have 29 spells in your deck, so yeah, that's an OTK. Now the side deck is incomplete. I mean, there's Lightning Vortex in there, Torrential Tribute, Meteor Destruction. Other good cards involve, let's see, other good cards that I think would be good for this deck. And maybe, no, I don't think Magic Cylinder, but whatever. Who cares? Where's Marsh? I mean, I only did a 13-minute video. I can at least make you guys an extra side deck. Marshmallow. Card Destruction. There's also another card which you can use instead of Yugioh if you want to do the whole thing of Yugioh Friendship. Also, you don't want your opponent, well, yeah, you don't want your opponent to get too much life points, so playing Upstart Goblin might be a bad thing. So, because if they get up to like 10,000 life points, because you played 2, I'm just gonna type the card in, but if you get too many, get them up to 10,000. 10,000 halved would be 5,000. So yeah, and plus your life points don't go up, so there's no reason to boost your opponent's life points. And I was about to put life points in there. The trap card. I'm trying to remember which one it is. Where are you? L. There it is. Life equalizer. Yeah, this would be a good start for you guys. So, lightning vortex gets rid of those troublesome monsters if you need it, and allows you to discard more spells for the what's it called, magical explosion. If you want 2 more in the side deck, they might help. Who knows? So instead of like 20 or 40 cards, you can do, let's see, 3. I don't know. You guys can figure it out. It's like 10 spells for each one, I guess. I don't know. So here's Life Equalizer, which you activate it, and both players' life points become. Wait, if activate when the difference between both players' life points is 8,000 or more, both players' life points become 3,000. It works, but it's kind of hard to pull off, so it's another option if you don't like the Yugioh friendship thing. And another downside is that it gets hit by Royal Decree really easy. So, yeah. Meteor Destruction if you need a third one, usually don't. Magic Cylinder because, well, it does damage your opponent. Marshmallow, because I think this would be a good card to stall out your opponent because you set it and it flips, does 1,000 damage, and can't be destroyed. The only reason it's not in the deck is because of the fact that if your opponent gets too low life points, well, it's supposed to be where your life points, his life points are supposed to be higher, so he gets lower life points. So, yeah. Also, another weird bug. I had 6,100 life points. My opponent had 7,200 life points. Or no, I had 6,200 life points. My opponent had 7,100 life points. I activated the combo of Yugioh, and nothing happened. Not sure what the heck calculations they go based off of, but yeah, be careful if your life points are a little too close to your opponent's. Oh, wait. Is it because there's no half of that, so they couldn't do it? 6,200, 7,100 would be 13, 3, 6, 12, 1, 6, 12, 1, 5. No, that's half of that. What the heck? I don't know. Just, I don't know, it's kind of weird. And an extra deck, because, well, why not? It's not like you have anything to be, I don't know. It doesn't even have to be synchros. I just have one because it's really a nice thing to have just in case if you happen to be playing with people. I wouldn't recommend to use this, and maybe, yeah, you can use this in tag, it'd be fine. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. I give this deck a... if Yugioh Friendship worked, I would give it a pretty good score, because, you know, this deck would be really good. Because it's supposed to be a Yugioh Friendship OTK, but Yugioh Friendship is lacking on us, so I give it a... I think the best I can give it is a 7 because it still can OTK and it goes through the deck really quickly. It would have an 8 if I could get the Yugioh, if Yugioh Friendship worked right in this, but I guess it's one of those OTKs that will never happen in Decade Duels. Unless they updated it, but by the time they update this, it would be too late. Millennium Duels will probably be out, so unless Millennium Duels is an update to Decade Duels. Yeah, whatever. So yep, I will. So yeah, let me do the outro then. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave comments in the section down below. If you think there's something else I could put into the deck, like, or use instead of something in this deck, go ahead and let me know. Did you like this deck? Did you hate it? Do you think you would try it out just for the lulz? Pretty much, from what I've been told, people might play it because they want to see the handshake. But I already showed it, so it's a weird handshake, I know. But anyways, so I ran out of things to say, and I will catch you guys next time.